Let's get something straight right now. Riding a motorcycle isn't just about speed, leather jackets, or showing off in front of a cafe. It's a code, a brotherhood, a way of life forged through pain, discipline, and mutual respect. But every time a poser throws on a cheap helmet, revs too loud at a red light, or cuts off a fellow rider just to look cool, they insult everything this culture stands for. And here's the dangerous part. Most of them don't even realize they're doing it. They think buying a bike makes them one of us. They think hashtags, chrome, and a weekend ride give them the right to disrespect the road and the riders who've earned it. But true riders know, it's not the machine that makes the man, it's the mindset. These etiquette rules aren't written in manuals. You won't learn them from YouTube shorts or fancy influencers who've never done a 1,000-mile ride in the rain. These are sacred, passed down through nods, hand waves, and shared glances at gas stations. Break them and you expose yourself. You become the poser, the one we see and never trust. So if you really believe you're part of the riders tribe, then buckle in. Because I'm about to expose 10 motorcycle etiquette rules that separate the real from the fake. And the sad truth is, posers break them every single day without even realizing. You ready for that kind of honesty? Good, let's begin. 1. Ignoring the rider's wave. The wave is not just a casual gesture, it's a rite of passage. When a true rider passes you and offers the subtle hand wave, they're not saying hi, they're silently saying, I see you, you're one of us. But posers? They either ignore it, or worse, don't even know it exists. That silence is deafening. It shows you're not connected to the community, that you're just a solo act in a world built on connection. When you don't wave back, you send a message that you don't care. And riders, we never forget that kind of disrespect. 2. Revving at red lights. You're not impressing anyone. Not the girl next to you, not the old man in the SUV, and definitely not real bikers. Revving your engine at a red light doesn't say power. It screams insecure. True riders understand. Their machine doesn't need to shout, it speaks for itself on the road. But posers crave attention like a spoiled child. Every rev is a cry for validation. And the louder you rev, the clearer it becomes. You're more interested in theatrics than throttle control. 3. Wearing fake gear for fashion. A true rider's gear tells a story of crashes, of long-distance rides, of grit. But posers buy spotless leathers, ironed jackets, and clean white sneakers just for the look. They're more afraid of scuff marks than road rash. And you know what that tells us? They've never fallen. They've never bled. They've never earned their scars. Real riders live in their gear. It's not for fashion. It's for survival. If your gloves still smell like plastic and your boots don't have oil stains, you're just playing dress up. 4. Lane hogging like a car driver. You are not driving a car. You don't need the entire lane. Posers ride smack in the middle like they're in a cage, totally blind to lane discipline. They don't stagger with group riders. They don't keep formation. They ride solo, selfish, unaware. Real riders position themselves for visibility and safety. Posers ride for comfort and ego. They forget that on a bike, every inch counts. And when you ride like a car, you think like a car, which means you'll crash like one too. 5. Not using hand signals or proper indicators. You'd think something as simple as communication would be obvious, but not to posers. They make sudden turns, unexpected stops, or chaotic lane changes without even a flick of the wrist. Why? Because they're only focused on themselves. Real riders? We communicate. Through hand signals, through light touches of the brake, through body posture, because we respect those behind us. A poser forgets that one stupid move can cost another rider their life. And that kind of ignorance isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. 6. Parking like a jackass. You know the ones taking up 2 spots, parking crooked, blocking others, sometimes even parking on sidewalks just to show off. A motorcycle is supposed to be agile, considerate, and space-saving, but posers treat it like a trophy. They don't think about other riders who might need that space. They just want to be seen. True riders park clean, aligned, out of the way. Because riding is about discipline, not disruption. If you park like a show-off, you ride like one, and no one respects that. 7. Tailgating, other vehicles. Here's where it gets deadly. Posers tailgate because they think it looks aggressive. It doesn't time. It looks suicidal. Riding close behind a car gives you zero room to react. One sudden break and you're flying over the hood. Real riders know better. We maintain space like it's sacred. We read the road 3 cars ahead. We respect the risk. Posers treat their bike like a toy. not a 200-kilogram machine capable of killing them in a heartbeat. And that mindset? It's why they don't last long in the game. 8. Blasting music or talking through helmet mics loudly. Riding is a meditation, a dialogue between you and the machine. But posers drown it all out with loud music, full-volume helmet conversations, and even calls on the go. What are they afraid of? Silence? The real sound of the road? True riders ride in the moment. They don't need distractions. They don't ride to escape, they ride to connect. If you're blasting your ego through Bluetooth speakers, you're missing the entire point of the journey. 9. Taking selfies at every stop like an influencer. There's nothing wrong with capturing the ride, but when your entire trip becomes a photo shoot, you've crossed the line. Real riders take a moment to feel the wind, not just record it. Posers stop every 10 minutes for a candid shot, editing filters while ignoring the road ahead. They're not riding to experience, they're riding to perform. If your first instinct after parking is to grab your phone instead of breathing the air, you're chasing clout, not the ride. 10. Buying more bike than they can handle. This one's the most dangerous poser trait. Flashy bike, top speed, zero skills. These are the guys who buy a 1000cc superbike as their first ride just to impress. But they don't understand throttle control. They don't understand countersteering. They don't even know what trail braking is. They rely on ABS to save them. They rely on luck. And worst of all, they rely on ego. A real rider doesn't care about engine size. He cares about mastery. If your bike owns you, you're not a rider. You're a liability. So now you know the truth. 10 unspoken rules that real riders live by, and posers break like it's their full-time job. And the funny part? Most posers will watch this entire video and still think it's about someone else. They'll scroll down and type "not all bikers" or flex about their 1000cc monster like that somehow excuses their clown behavior. But you, if you made it this far, you're probably one of the real ones. Or at least, you want to be. So here's your challenge. Drop a comment and tell me which of these poser habits drives you insane the most. Is it the fake gear, the red light revving, or maybe the dude who tailgates like he's racing MotoGP in traffic? And hey, if you've ever accidentally broken one of these rules yourself, own it. Real riders grow, posers deflect. Let's clean the roads not just of potholes, but of pretenders. I'll be reading the comments and silently judging. See you out there. Or not. Depends on whether you wave.